Check out the NBA legends who have their numbers retired by the Detroit Pistons. Chauncey Billups is one of 13 members of the Detroit Pistons franchise to have their number retired. Detroit's franchise was founded in 1937 as the Fort Wayne Zollner Pistons but officially moved to Detroit in 1957. While they struggled through their first 25 seasons, Detroit became dominant in the subsequent 25 years. They won 2 titles during the 1980s and then won another in 2004. Those successful stints have 11 numbers hanging in the rafters, which is one of the largest totals in the NBA. 1. Chauncey Billups. Billups was selected 3rd overall by the Boston Celtics in the 1997 NBA draft, and found his form when he joined Detroit in 2002. Billups made 4 All-Star appearances in his 8 seasons with the Pistons, averaging 16.5 points, 3.2 rebounds, 6.2 assists and 1.0 steals per game. Most importantly, he won a title with the Pistons in 2004, winning Finals MVP in that magical run. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2024. 2. Chuck Daly. Daly became coach of the Pistons in 1983 and never had fewer than 46 wins in his 9 seasons in Detroit. The glory started when he won back-to-back titles in 1989 and 1990 with the Bad Boy Pistons. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1994. 3. Ben Wallace. Wallace was Defensive Player of the Year 4 times in 5 seasons, finishing second in the one year he didn't win. His paint presence was why Detroit was one of the best teams in the NBA during that span, averaging 8.2 points, 12.8 rebounds, 1.7 assists, 1.6 steals and 2.8 blocks in those 5 seasons. He was a key part of that 2004 championship team and was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2021. Wallace is the franchise leader with 1,486 blocks. 4. Joe Dumars. Dumars spent all 14 seasons in his career with the Pistons and, after retiring as a player in 1999, became their president of basketball operations in 2000. He held that job until 2019, spending 34 years with this organization. He made 6 All-Star appearances and won 2 titles as a player. As the president of basketball operations, he made 6 Eastern Conference Finals appearances and won the title in 2004. He's the franchise leader with 1,018 games played. 10. Dennis Rodman. Rodman spent his first 7 seasons in Detroit, winning Defensive Player of the Year in 2 of those, while leading the league in rebounding in his final 2 seasons with the Pistons. He won 5 titles, 2 with Detroit and 3 with Chicago, and was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2011. 11. Isaiah Thomas. Thomas was the 2nd overall pick in the 1981 NBA draft, an All-Star appearance in 12 of his 13 seasons in the NBA, averaging 19.2 points, 3.6 rebounds, 9.3 assists and 1.2 steals per game. He won 2 titles with the Pistons and was Finals MVP in 1989. Zeke was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2000 and is the franchise leader in points, assists and steals. 15. Vinnie Johnson. Johnson was drafted in 1979 by the Seattle Supersonics, but came alive when he joined Detroit in 1981, playing 10 of his final 11 seasons for the Pistons. He won 2 titles with them and averaged 12.7 points, 3.1 rebounds and 3.3 assists throughout his Detroit career. 16. Bob Lanier. Lanier was the Pistons' top pick in the 1970 NBA draft. He spent his first 10 years in Detroit, making 7 All-Star appearances during that span. He averaged 22.7 points, 11.8 rebounds, 3.3 assists, 1.2 steals and 2.0 blocks throughout his Pistons career. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1992. 21. Dave Bing. The 2nd overall pick in the 1966 NBA draft, Bing spent his first 9 seasons in Detroit. He was Rookie of the Year and made 6 All-Star appearances in his 9 seasons with the Pistons. Bing averaged 22.6 points, 4.2 rebounds, and 6.4 assists throughout his Detroit career and was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1990. 32. Richard Hamilton. Hamilton played his first 3 seasons with the Washington Wizards, but became a star when he joined Detroit in 2002. Hamilton spent the next 9 seasons with the Pistons, averaging 18.4 points, 3.4 rebounds, 3.8 assists and 0.9 steals per game. Most importantly, he made 3 All-Star teams and was a key piece of that 2004 championship team. 40. Bill Laimbeer. Laimbeer was traded by Cleveland to Detroit in 1981, and he spent his final 13 years playing for the Pistons. He made 4 All-Star appearances with them, averaging 13.5 points, 10.1 rebounds and 2.1 assists per game. He led the league in rebounds in 1985, won titles in 1989 and 90 and is the franchise leader with 9,430 total rebounds.